Hello guys, and welcome to Ginas Way. So on today, we are going to talk about how to make your transactions go smooth, just how to be successful with couponing, how to deal with rude cashiers, all that good stuff, y'all. I have been couponing for so long, I don't even know, over 10 years, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 years, I don't really even know anymore when I started, but I've been couponing for a while, and so I would consider myself a seasoned couponer. I've just been couponing a long time, and so throughout my course of the years, I would say I only lost it maybe 2 or 3 times on a cashier. That's because they were very rude, so I'll show you how to deal with that as well. Before it even gets to that point, it really shouldn't even get to that point, so we'll talk about that though. So let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1, this is the most important thing, you guys. Know your policy. Know the store's policy. I used to have it printed out when I used to go to the store with the binder. This was years ago when we all went to, some people still use the binders, but I don't do that anymore. But I'd have every policy in the front of my binder, and then that way I would just take them out and show them. Now, if I need to, I'll just use my phone. But know the store's policy. That is so huge, because you walk in a store and they say, no, you can't get this. And you're like, oh, okay. And you leave the store, or you're upset. But did you even know you could stack this coupon with that coupon? Or did you even know? You know what I mean? Because the cashiers probably don't know a lot of times. But so you have to know. Just like, for example, my mom, I love my mother. She went to go do some deal, and I think they told her, no, you can't use that, or you can't do that coupon, or something they told her. And she was like, oh, okay. And she left the store. And I'm like, really, Mom? But she's like, but I didn't know. I don't know what it, and it's like you have to know before you could go to try to coupon, especially to be successful, because you are going to run into that a lot, where a cashier is going to say, you can't do this, or you can't use it on a free item, or you can't know your policy, you guys. Number 2, profile. I know they say you shouldn't profile, but when couponing, you should. And you know what who you're gonna look for? Those that have been couponing a while know. Say it with me, men. I don't care if they Asian, Hispanic, black, white. Look for men, okay? They are so easy to deal with. They're not as picky as women. We, of course, we have something that we have to prove most of the time. And so we're going to nitpick a coupon apart. We're going to just really, let me give you guys an example. So I like to shop at Rite Aid, okay? And so I went to Rite Aid one day, and there was this lady was older, and she was like, oh, I really have to zone down on these. I was like, oh, okay. Coupons, because I don't want to get fired. And I was like, all right. So she took each one of my coupons. She read each one. She put that coupon on top of each item, like, okay, so this go with this go with this go with that. She looked up. She read it again. Why do you have them separated? And so I don't want to, so I don't have to spend so much money, or whatever the reason was why I had them separated. Could have been a limit of 4 or something like that. And of course, she read every single thing. Then there's this other gentleman. He's actually the manager of Rite Aid, and he's older as well. He go in, that's it. He's done. He don't read a coupon. He don't look at a coupon, nothing. And I've had that experience over and over and over again. So when I am couponing, I look for the men, because the men are usually the ones that will just get you in and get you out. They do not care. And women are so petty, y'all. We just petty about everything. So some of us are. So profile, okay? Next is have a positive attitude yourself. So when you walk in the store, don't have a stank attitude, or, just you mad or something. Because to be honest, you don't even know what that cashier just dealt with. That cashier could be dealing with death at home, or their child could be sick, or whatever. You have no idea. So have a good attitude yourself. Like, just go in with a smile and, you know, put your items up, and, you know, even positive thinking. Just be, okay, this transaction is going to go smooth. I'm going to be in and I'm going to be out. Okay. So just having a positive attitude, that's going to help you definitely have a smooth transaction. Okay. Another one you could do, pay a compliment. This one works a lot, especially if you see they're getting frustrated, or if you see they're getting frustrated, or they're just kind of like, let's see, they're kind of just flustered because a coupon won't go through, or just something like that. Or while they're trying to get it to scan so they don't get upset, just be like, oh, I like your hair. It's so cute, you know, as they can. And then you make small talk as well. Make small talk. Just say, oh, these darn coupons, you know, nowadays. And just, you know, definitely do that. Make small talk, give compliments, give eye contact. Just, I mean, I think a lot of people think couponing is stressful, and it shouldn't be. Like, so many times when I go into a store, and a lot of the cashiers will see me, and after they see how low I've got my transaction, my total, they're usually like, oh, how did you do that? And I'll tell them, oh yeah, I got a YouTube channel, check it out. You know, I'll usually tell them about that. But yeah, I don't really have drama. Not anymore, because when I first started couponing, I did have that bad attitude when I walked in, and yeah, I did have it. But now it's kind of like, you know, I don't really have that anymore. But I noticed my attitude have changed too, and I do, you know, those other steps that I'm talking about. I'll tell you guys, at one time I had a bad problem was at Dollar Tree. I don't really shop Dollar Tree just because, I don't know. There's no reason. I just don't really shop Dollar Tree. So Dollar Tree, it was this young cashier, and she was, I don't even know how old. I don't even know how old she was, but she looked young, maybe 21 or something like that. And so she got upset because my coupon, she was telling me I could not use my coupons, that I only could use one coupon. And I was like, no. And she's like, it says right here, it says 1 per purchase, 4 per transaction. And I explained to her, I said, do you understand that purchase means 1 per item and transaction means the whole order? And that really got her upset, because she was like, I know what I'm talking about. I was like, okay. So, and then I said, hey, and then I didn't even get a chance to pull up the policy, because I didn't need to. She had it right behind her. And I was like, and I looked up there and I was like, oh, just look at your policy right there. I said, see where it says limit of 4 per day? I said, that's what that means. I said, limit of 4 like coupons, because she couldn't understand. She couldn't get it. Well, she got so upset. I said, just get the manager, because, I mean, at this point, she was just getting way too upset, and you could tell, and her neck was rolling, and I'm thinking, little girl, please stop. Please. Please stop, little girl. But she was just going on, and as she was walking away, and the manager was started ringing me up, and she said to me, it's just $1 anyway. You don't want to pay the $1? And I don't know if y'all watch Medea. Y'all, I felt like I turned it to Medea. I went, oh, like, who is she talking to? Like, literally, who is she talking to? And I turned around and I told this little girl, I said, honey, and I went off on this little girl. I mean, I went off so tough. My husband just was looking at me like, oh, goodness. You know, he was looking at me like, wow. But this little girl, she really, really upset me, because at that point, you know, I was trying to be nice at first, and I was trying to explain to her the situation, and she just was so ugly with it. And that was one time that I remember I went off, and that was at the Dollar Tree. And I told her after I got rang up, and as I was walking out, after I told her off, I said, now that you've had this experience with me, I'll make sure I come back so you know exactly how it works. And at that point, it had calmed down and everything. And so, you know, she was very upset. And I went back specifically, I think a few days later, hoping that she worked, because I wanted her to ring me up again. Because the only thing is, it's not that necessary. Don't, you know, a lot of the cashiers would get offended if you know the policy more than they do. And it's like, don't get offended. I mean, it's just, we know because we do this, you know, that's just how that works. But try to keep your cool, even when, like, now I can keep my cool, but before, you know, when I first started couponing, I couldn't. And to say something like that, you know, well, that was not too long ago, but to say something like that was just like, you know, she's like trying to make me feel stupid because I'm using a coupon in the Dollar Tree. And like I was explaining to the manager, I said, it's not that I won't pay the dollars or the $4, but it's just the fact that you guys said you take coupons. So if you take coupons, then why not just take them? Like, why are you going to try to belittle me for shopping at the Dollar Tree and not wanting to spend the $4? I came here because it was supposed to be free. And so I tried to explain that, and the manager apologized. She's like, I'm so sorry. You know, I don't know. Hopefully the girl did not get fired. I hope that she just learned from that experience, because she was very ugly to me. And it was, you know, it was sad. But yeah, so that was one time. And I explained to the little girl too, I said, honey, you need to use coupons as well. Okay. I said, because obviously, I won't even say what I said because it might offend some people. But anyways, so that's what I said to her. And then I had another incident when I went to Dollar General. And this was a manager I was dealing with. And the manager, I can't remember exactly what happened, but it was another deal with the manager. She was determined she was not going to allow me to use to buy a certain item. And she says, no, it has to be just like the picture. Y'all come in here and y'all do this and that, and y'all want to get stuff for free. It has to be like the picture. And I was like, it does not have to be like the picture. Because, I mean, if y'all been couponing a while, you know, sometimes they have things on there and it don't have to be like the picture. But sometimes the cashiers just, I guess they just think it. But she was determined she was not going to do that. And so what I did was, I was like, okay, so I went out into my, car, and I called the actual store, the big Dollar General corporate or whatever. And so, they called me back within a few hours, and they apologized. They're like, well, you know, you can use it. And they told her she was supposed to call me and tell me I can get it and to apologize to me. So I guess because I told her, I said she was ugly. She had a whole scene going on in the store, and she did. Like, people were looking. She was yelling. I'm like, oh my gosh, lady, it is not that serious. I'm not the type of person I'm just not the type of person who's going to give up easily. Like, my mom and sister, my family knows that. If I'm supposed to get something, I'm going to get it. I don't just leave out the store because you said a coupon don't match this, or you can't. Even if I have to go back and get it later, I'm going to get it. Why? Because your policy says that. And because that is how it can work. I had another, and then sometimes you could tell people off. What is it? Passive aggressive. And you can be just as nice and everything. One day I had all these coupons and I was shopping. This was at Walgreens. And the lady says, you gonna break my store. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. Do you own Walgreens? And she just, the look on her face, she just was like, I said, you do understand that the store gets paid back for the coupons, plus a shipping and handling fee. Oh, they do? I'm like, yeah. So you're not getting broke. It's pretty much, this is money. And so you don't have to always be so ugly with it. You know, another thing is that the cashiers probably just don't know. And you have to go in with that mentality and think, oh my gosh, maybe the cashiers just don't know. Because I'll tell you, I used to work at Myers when I was younger. I think I was about 20 or 21. And I used to work at Myers, and the training lasted all of maybe 5 minutes talking about how to use the coupon. It's not something that they really train you on. So the cashiers probably just don't know. So while we're getting upset and thinking that, you know, thinking they're doing something wrong or whatever, or that they're trying to be mean, they don't even know. Like, I literally had to say, I had to tell them, you know, they had to tell me. I didn't know why. I was like, why? I asked the cashier, one of the customers, I said, why do you break it up like that? And she said, oh, because you can only use 4 coupons per transaction or whatever. And I was like, oh, and then I would just ring them up. But a lot of times I didn't even know myself. Like, I would just do it, or if it beeped, I would just put it through. But I didn't know, and just realize that they just don't know. But couponing should be something that's fun. It should be something, and when I was extreme couponing, I was very stressed because I was getting so like mass quantities of things, and I don't really do that anymore. Or I'll go back through like throughout the week or something like that. But yeah, guys, couponing should be fun. You don't always have to go in and just get ready for a fight. You don't always have to have things. If things don't go smooth, think about the cashier. If the cashier have a bad attitude, think about the cashier. Did they have a bad day? You know, what's happening? Like, we have to be the bigger people here. And we are the bigger people, y'all. We're saving money. We should be happy. We're using our coupons. I mean, we're getting things for free. If y'all haven't seen my other video on how to get things for free this week, there's a tons of freebies that we can get. We should be some happy people. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on and talk to you all about those few things that I thought you guys might enjoy of how to deal with these cashiers and how to be successful at couponing. So hopefully that helped you out. Let me know your experiences in the comment section below. Have you had any experiences or run-in with cashiers where you had to just totally go off? But let me know in the comment section, and I will talk to y'all later, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.